Bonjour! Episode 7 of the Emma Watson-a-thon, and today I will be watching Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. We finally got there, people. We finally got to my least favourite Harry Potter film. This is the first Harry Potter film that I saw in theatres. And yeah, I didn't like it. I never really liked it. It's been a long time since I read the book, so it doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just that nothing really happens in this film. Like, nothing really substantial. The Burrow gets attacked by Death Eaters, and there's a lot of lovey stuff that I don't care about. There's some background for Voldemort, but not really anything that really changes anything, really. And then we know what Horcruxes are, that's important. And then there's the big thing at the end that I won't spoil, but everyone knows already. So, yeah. I think my main problem is that this movie doesn't really have any style. It's really boring. Like, when you compare it to Order of the Phoenix with its montages and like bright Umbridge colours, or Prisoner of Azkaban, where everything is dark and grim, then this movie is just dark for the sake of being dark. I also don't think the music is very good, but hey, all of my opinions might change because it has been a long time since I've seen this film. So I'll let you know if any of those opinions change after I've seen this film. I'm back, and it's still as I expected. Still the worst Harry Potter film. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is about Harry Potter's 6th year at Hogwarts, where he suspects Draco Malfoy might be a Death Eater, and Dumbledore helps him uncover some of Tom Riddle's, aka Voldemort's, past. There's also a lot of love things in this film. This movie is not very good for Harry Potter standards. I know I'm not saying anything new when I'm saying that it focuses way too much on the lovey kiss stuff and way too little on the things that are actually important. But I don't really care about Tom Riddle's past either. So the movie wouldn't necessarily have been more interesting if they had focused more on that. At least to me. Yeah, I don't know, nothing really interesting happens in this movie. The thing I was most invested in were the Quidditch tryouts and the actual games. I also think the movie looks very dull. It is very dark. So dark that at some points I couldn't even see what was going on because it was so dark. And even the things that happen in bright daylight are mostly color graded, like really grey and ugly, as if there's a constant overcast around Hogwarts. Like, a little bit of color couldn't have hurt, right? And at one point in the train, where Lavender Brown does that thing in the glass where she like makes a heart, and the camera focuses on that glass and like the dripping away of the love heart, I suddenly had this feeling like, oh, they're going for a Prisoner of Azkaban kind of style with the weird color grade and the glass motif. But no, it doesn't really work. It's like imitating it without getting it. I can't exactly explain the difference, but there is a huge difference between the dark tones of Prisoner of Azkaban and the dark / dull tones of this movie. Now onto some positive stuff. The actors were great as usual. Slughorn is... I really like Slughorn. And I feel like I have to mention this, but Daniel Radcliffe is great in this film. I mean, he's good in all of the films, but during the Felix Felicis part, where he's like acting a little bit high and weird, yeah, that's just great. He's very funny. He can be very funny, but unfortunately this series doesn't really allow him to show that. Emma Watson. Look, I watched this movie 2 days ago, and I barely remember anything Hermione does. It feels like she would wasn't in this film. I said during Order of the Phoenix that I thought she was kind of a background character there, but here she was mostly jealous of Ron and Lavender, and that's like all she does in this film. And I'm like, there must be something I'm missing, because while watching the film I didn't really feel like Hermione wasn't there, which I had while watching Order of the Phoenix. So I guess that she's just in a lot of scenes, but she doesn't really do anything? Is that it? So, yeah, not the greatest Harry Potter film. It still has more good in it than bad, which is why I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Next time I'm going to watch the other film that often receives the prize for worst Harry Potter film, which is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. So do join me for that, and I will see you then. Goodbye.